Voila. So I told you some days ago that I will show you another design, easy to make. So here it is. It's fabric that does everything. This is a jersey with sequins. I also tell you that I turned on badges. If you want to support the orphanage, it's welcome. With few cents, it could be great. So this is a very easy dress to make. This is jersey with sequins. I bought it in Paris long time ago, but you can find this online. I think you put jersey and sequins and you will find. So it's sold in very big width. I will draw the little pattern with the measure after. You need like 2 meters in very large fabric, no more. And this is what you can do. So I'm going to show you after how it is, but it's really nice when you have just a simple dress like that with some scarf. Very, very easy, very simple, very elegant, you see. So with this blue, it's really nice because the blue reflects a little bit like the light of the sequins, like that. So it's not open, it's totally closed. So this is quite beautiful. It's nice, sure, with white. Always nice with white. This is really a basic. White is the one that goes with everything. Or with a kind of similar shade. It's quite nice as well. And sure, you can also overlay the 2 different shawls, 2 different colors. It could be nice with the light blue and that together. So you see this. Voila. So now I'm going to show you how this is working. So here I put a belt, but you can have it unbelt. So this is a piece of fabric that is like that. It's seam, there is a seam here and some seams here, different ones. One is just 2 inches for the arm, but there is another way to wear that. I can bring this down and just have here. And here it's just like 6 inches. And all this is closed. And here you have a dress that is like that. With only one side. Voila. It's very comfortable and it's quite easy to wear. And after you can do that, you can go on that hole and have it like that, like 2 arms outside. Or you can belt it. I take this piece that is there, you see, I bring it in front, I hold it there, I bring it there, I take my belt and I belt it like that, and I take off that. I can have it inside if I want as well. Voila, so this is really easy dress to make. You can make it in jersey. It can be nice in a nice linen as well. Different kind. If you have chiffon, you can overlay, for example, different colors for the transparency. It could be beautiful as well. It can be nice in bamboo jersey or anything. And you can make it shorter. You can make a shorter version of it. And voila. Very easy to do. Only one seam. So you can finish also, me I unfinish the border, I return it and I finish like that. I seam by hand. And That's it. Maybe there are other ways to wear it as well. I've not tried different other things, but this is already what you can do. You can even have it like that. You see? Voila, voila. I'm gonna see if you have some question about that. Oh, this dress makes me more sexy. Yeah, it's very simple, and you can imagine you can make it in silk satin or in velvet. You know, it could be really nice as well in very thin silk velvet. Try to find fabrics that are good quality, because it makes the whole thing. This is not very expensive fabric, but it's very nice cotton, and it has this, you see, this sequins like that, but you can have without as well. Let's see if I have something there. So I'm gonna put the pattern. Pattern, it's a big name, but a big word, but just the dimensions in a small sketch, and this is going to be in my highlight, where you have dresses and tunic highlight, and you have all the different little sketch with the measurement. And like this you can start to build a very basic wardrobe. If you do it shorter, it can be really nice. You can wear it more easily for the beach or for, you know, daily life. This is maybe more evening, so you have to do variation, you have to see, and maybe it's possible also to do like I did the other one, regarding the fabric you have. Maybe it's possible to, I've not tried, but maybe it's possible to, I don't know, I don't think this is working to make it like the other one because of that, but it's already, it's nice like that. So try to find, you know, there are this shimmery fabric. I think I have a piece of that I'm going to show you. This could be really nice in that. Let me see if I found this. Oh, here. Here it is. You see, this is a very cheap fabric, but quite nice quality. I found it in LA in a fabric store. And this could be really nice that way. So I think it's even, you see, it's that size. It's exactly that size. So let's say this is that side, and this is the side with the sleeves, and it could be really nice as well. If it's a little bit too thin, you can double the fabric. You can even imagine that you put another color inside. Like this, you have, you know, two different versions. But this kind of fabric can be really, really nice as well. And I did it, I will show you another time. I did it also with my Kaftan, my silk, from my print. I did the same thing, and I will show you in another video. Just with one shawl in silk, you can make something similar. And you can still use, even if it's seam, you can still use the shawl as a shawl, because it's so big, you can fold it, and it's or like a sarong, like a skirt. I will show you this. Let's see if I have something, some question. So you see, you can play with that. And you start with something basic, very simple. It can be beautiful in white linen as well. And you play with the length, and you see. Oh, the measurement, don't worry, I'm going to put the small sketch with the measurement. It's like 2 meters by 1.5 meters. on an average body, you have to adapt. Me, I kept, because I don't like to cut the fabric, so I kept all the width. I could make it shorter, but I love very long. So it's very long, and also I know how to wear very long, and when I belt it, it's shortened. So this, you have to adapt the dimension to your size. Because even if you are shorter, if the proportion are good, if it's not too wide, and if the proportion are good, it's going to be okay. You are not obliged to belt it. Yeah, I show you it's a dress. I show you how I made it. It's a piece of material, sure, but just with one, two seams. Tissue that are soft for this dress. This is not itchy, because in the other side there is no thing. I use the border of the fabric that was without sequins to make it soft, so it's not itchy at all. If you have sequins up to the end of the border, it's better to take them off because it's itchy. But this was very well done. You have the width of the fabric, and on each side it was like 5 centimeters without sequins. So like that is what I did. I fold it and it's not itchy at all. I use few accessories. Especially with a fabric like that, it's difficult to put jewelry. How did I raise my son as a teenager to be a good man? Because maybe I was not really complying to what I was not okay with what he was eventually wanting, or that. It was a lot of oppositions. For him, he was looking at me like if I was an alien. My daughter's the same. But while aging, they realize that finally they have the base. Yes, they have integrity. This is great. They are really square. And I think this is really the base. It's really what is important. It's to be honest. And first you have to be honest with yourself. It's not the most easy thing, but this is the base. When you act in the background, I've always been like I am. I'm Sagittarius plus, so what is right and true and authentic and integrity is very important. So there is a sense of balance, being also Libra. So this is, and justice. So this is very important. So when your children see you, I would say, align with these, they replicate what they see, what they feel. Even if they have to go through their, experiment as teen, it's not easy. With my daughter, it was, and it's still not really easy. I was at home, like I love to be at home doing my things, and she had no interest in that at that time. And often she told me, I regret because I have idea to create a line of clothing and thing, and I have not learned from you. I say, you still have time. It's never too late. And I see so many of you are sending me pictures with what they do regarding the small sketch I give, and at their own way. And this is the beauty of that. I remember one day I have a friend, and now she's here. She was in New York when I was in New York, and she loves the drapes like that and all this. And she said, I would love that you do my place. I say, I don't have time to do your place, but I can come. And I spent half day with her, and we took the measurement, and I show her, I measure exactly what she needed as fabric. I show her how to place the rods. and how to do it by herself. And she did it. And you know, the most amazing thing is that she did it in a way that I would never think of doing it, and it was so beautiful, because she did with herself at her own way. She had the base, and after she did with her a spirit. And this was, for me, it was even more rewarding than having done myself, and having, like, you know, I felt fulfilled by the fact she did it at her own way. And it was like, wow, it's even more beautiful than what I would have done. So it's that, you know, take the base and experiment. And it's never too late. You can be like me, I'm 65, but you can arrive at 60, never done any clothing, and decide to do that. This woman I saw some days ago, she sent me a picture. She did the seam of the, you know, the tube dress that you can put in tunic, and she did by hand. She said, oh, I sew by hand, and it's done. And she did it perfectly. And so it's that. Just do it. I don't use lotion on my skin. I speak about that in my video about skincare. I use oils. Where to get the drapes? You mean the drapes there? I made them. It's linen, and I put rods in the ceiling, there, and I just pull fabrics, old fabrics in between rods. Very, very easy. I cannot really show you how to do that. You just have to observe and imagine. I tell you, there is rods on the ceiling, rods up there, rods back there on the ceiling, and rods, double rods also for the one that goes down. So you have one rod on the ceiling for the canopy, and you have a rod at the back on the ceiling for the curtains. And on the side, the same. You have rods all around. And these rods are very cheap. It's the rods from IKEA. They cost maybe $5. And I don't use brackets. I use like the hooks for the, you know, to hold the flower plants that you hang. There are these hooks, white or silver or gold, and I use these hooks. They are perfect size to put these rods. Like this, they can be really close to the ceiling. Maybe I can show you this one, because here I have for my computer area, you can see. This is the hooks I'm using. I don't know if you see it, like that. And this is another, you see the curtain there, the rod is at the ceiling, and there too. And it's like that all around. And these here, it's rods that are extensible on that area. So they are on the ceiling in between two walls. You see how it's done? It's very, very simple, and cheap. And you just have to do your seam to pull the rod inside, and that's it. You have to seam that, and that's it. My organic joggings, you mean, I made them. I bought the fabric on eBay, and I made my joggings. Yes. What information? No, I don't put information on my website. It's in my highlight. There is an highlight special for dress, tunic, and all the sewing. So you can find the sketch and these things in my highlight. Favorite color? I love black, gray, dark gray, charcoal gray, white. These are my favorite colors. It's not really colors. But in other colors, I love this kind of, like this one. this kind of gray brown. I did a series, maybe you saw, I posted in my story some days ago with that shawl at the beach. This is, I can say this is my favorite color. And this is brown yak mixed with albino. And it's really, really, really precious, really beautiful. I think it's a color that is very rich. It has a kind of silvery shine that goes very well with black, with all the colors, with white, with gray, with navy blue, with brown. You can wear everything with that. And it's really a basic, and I think it's very flattering also for the skin. Because it doesn't bring red. Me, I tend to be a little bit red. I have a little bit of foundation because I'm red. But this bring down the red. It's quite a very nice shade. Voila. Yeah, you know, it's that. It's difficult. I would have loved to have a, you know, to be able to show, to see, to make clothes with my daughter and all that, but she was teen and she had other desire, and me, I was at home or traveling rarely. I started modeling when she was 10, 12, but I was at home most of the time. I was not traveling all the time, and I love to be at home. I always been like that. So I was not going away or outside, and I was sewing, knitting, doing all these things. But at that time, she had no interest in that, you know, and it's a time for everything. And I can understand that. And me, I was not forcing her, because me, I never had the opportunity to go out when I was teen. I could not go to be with friends. I was at home. I was forbidden about that. So I let her maybe a little bit too much to do what she liked to do. But it's like that, you know. At one level, she also chose me as mother, as I am. Like at the soul level, we choose the circumstances. So for the experience we want to do, we have to do. How do I calculate the tissue necessary to cover? You mean, you know, I do like that. I say, okay, I need to width this for the ceiling. There are two, you see, there are two width of the fabric. So it's like 3 meters width. And I calculate the length. So what I do to have a nice curve, because there are beams under, I don't want to have the angle of the beams, because I explain about that. It creates waves, and it's like cutting your energy. So the best way to take off these angles that create like cut, you know, like blade, in fact, angles, they're very sharp. You put fabric, and to know the fabric I will need, what I take, I have a big, long tape meter. I have a very, very, very long, so I can use that. But what I do, that is even easier, you take a piece of, how do you call this? I don't find the name of ficelle, of cord, you know, like a cord. And you attach where you want your drape to start, and you go to the end, and you see a beautiful curve, and after you measure and you add what you need for the seam. Very easy. My shawl, you have to be in touch with me directly. You send me your email address and I give you all the details. I don't have e-commerce. My customers are in contact with me directly. I even do private video to show the shade when they are, you know, hesitating in between shades. Like that, we have a time together and they can see the shades on me. And voila, is what I do. You know, it's life, huh? How did your kids have close friends when you moved around? Me, they never traveled with me, because me, when I was traveling, was for, you know, small contract as model, like 2 days, 1 day, 1 week, maximum 1 month. When I was doing, once I did this choreographic show, but I was not bringing them with me, because they were at school and in Paris, and no, they never, they stay in Paris, in fact. They had their friends. It was not, and after, you know, they were old when I started, when I left France 22 years ago, they were already 25 years old. So, and 23, so they were already grown. Oh, I have a very simple sewing machine, not complicated. I don't remember the brand. I just bought a serger to make the stretch, you know, the joggings, and it's quite nice for the finishing. But a very simple sewing machine. I think it costs like 150 or 200 bucks. And it's enough. You don't need something complicated, because you will need to do only straight lines, you know. All this point, it's too much for me. I would prefer to find a sewing machine where you have only a beautiful shape of right, you know, straight point, and a zigzag. That's it. I don't need more than all this broderie and thing. I never use them. Oh, this one, it's very special because it has albino yak. This is $630. Albino yak is very rare, and these are really big. They are 2 meters 70 by 170. So this is one of the most expensive shawls I have with the albino. Albino is even more expensive. The pure albino, and I am out of it because it's very hard right now to work with Nepal. So I have only one like that left, the brown, and that's it. And I have no more of this one. I have no more gray beige, and I have brown. And that's it. I cannot have more. You see, this is a brown that is really, really nice as well. And this is 480. The plain color other than albino are 480. The silk and plain color are also 480, because I have silk and gray beige, or silk and brown. You may have seen this in my video. And I have this one on my bed, you don't see, but this is albino and gray beige. It's lighter than this one. And this one is brown with albino. It's really, really beautiful. And this one, and this one, I have only one left, and I don't know when I'm going to get them. They cannot work. They've been in lockdown since more than a month, and they don't get the fibers, and I cannot get my orders. So we are waiting. Voila. Hey, Diane, how are you? Oh, this is nice. Oh, ah, c'est super, tu es là. Ah, bah écoute, but Diane is a movie director, and we did a movie together some years ago that is called Timeless Beauty. And he came here with his team for 5 days, and we shoot together. We had an amazing, nice time together. It was really, really nice. The movie is amazing. Yes, my shawls are all the same size, more or less. The cashmere ones are a little bit smaller, 2.5 meters by 1.5. And the yak are all the same. The print are different sometimes because it's unprinted, so sometimes they have 10 centimeters more or less. Sometimes they are 2.40 meters. Sometimes it's very difficult because when it's unfelted, you never know how the fabric gonna react, and when it's unprinted. But they are more or less all the same size. Just the the yak are bigger, and here's what I like, you know, a lot of take them for meditation. Yak is very, very protective. It is an amazing fiber. You can feel me, I can feel the strength, the force of the animal that is really beautiful and really protective. It's really, it's an amazing fiber. Yeah. Oh, you know, I don't know where it's possible to see the movie. Maybe Diane is here and he can tell us more about it. Let's see if Diane is still here. Let's see if I'm gonna ask him if he will see. Maybe we have some information about that. I don't know if Diane is available. The skincare, you have to check my my IGTV about skincare or YouTube about skincare. I organized a little bit my YouTube video, so now you have sections. So you have skincare, hair care, health, reflection, fine art. You have different sections, so maybe it will be easier for you to look what you are searching. So Diane is not answering, so I really don't know. If I had laser treatment or pills or anything like that to keep, no. I did, oh, Diane cannot join us, so. I did many years ago, in my family, we have a lot of red blood vessels, couperose, we call it in French, spider veins, you know, little on the face. So a long time ago, I did, my gynecologist was, because now she's not working anymore, an homeopath as well. She sent me to see one of her friends who is aesthetic surgeon to have the couperose, the little vein, not done by electricity like it was done like 30 years ago. They were doing with electricity, but these little scars, but she did with laser. I was still in New York, so maybe 15 years ago, I did that. And when I came here, I did another one at her place. So I did twice in 20 years. And it made a big difference, because the first time I had the laser for the small veins, we discovered here it was full of veins, black veins that I was not seeing. But the laser brought back and burned all this, and I was wondering where were coming these veins. And I realized that it was when I pushed, when I gave birth, they blew, they you know, pups, and it was still underneath. So it cleared really the redness and everything. And I should do, because here I have a spot, an age spot. Here I have a red spot. I have some age spot here. And I'm waiting that I go back in Paris. I don't know when, because I don't want to travel now. But I will go to see her and she will do a session. But as I don't put sunscreen, it's come back. Not a lot, because you see, I don't put sunscreen. I'm at the sun every day and I don't have a lot of spots. But I'm sure when I'm going to see her, I will not go to the sun like 1 month before. And like this, my skin will be a little bit lighter, but I already have a skin that is yellow tone. You can see even under, my skin is not white. And I will have her doing a laser. I guess now they are even more advanced. So I will do that. And this is non-invasive and it works very well. My spider veins has been really healed. I don't have them anymore. I just have one here that, you know, blew up, a little one here. And I have this spot here because I did something wrong here. I had a little red spot and I said, okay, I'm going to put a special cream with a Band-Aid for the night. And the day after, I was at the sun, and he did a photo sensibilization where it was a bandage, a small bandage, you see? Because the product, even if I wash my face the morning, the skin, the product of the band-aid, the glue went in and made a spot. So I know this is going to be clean when she going to do the laser. It's no problem. It's not a big deal. But when you do the laser like that for these spots and for the spider veins, in fact, not only it clear these things, but also it makes the skin more tight. I was not expecting that because she did not tell me. And a couple of months after, when I get the procedure, I say, oh, my skin is great because because everything that is like spots gonna become black. It's for that we saw all these black lines here that were veins that I was not seeing. So it was really black. And I told her, I said, it's amazing. I have this coming, and after it goes, in 1 week, it's done. And I said, but my skin looks better. And she said, oh, I did not tell you. I forgot to tell you, but it's also improves the quality of the skin. So, but I did this twice in 20 years, so it's not a lot. It's more about I exfoliate quite regularly. So oblige the skin to produce new cells, you know, but also it's a way to eat, but it's also the way to think and the way to be, you know, at home about the marvel that the body and the skin is, you know, it's that. And this is like plumping you from the inside because there is this kind of enthusiasm. And it shows, you know, it's like this kind of joy from inside. It goes out by the pores, you know, it's like, it's difficult to explain that. It's like the fact I am amazed by the marvel of life. It's like my body is happy to be recognized and loved in the miracle that he is, and it shows. He's happy too. The cells are happy too. You know, it's that. It's a mindset. The mindset is really the most important thing. Chile, Argentina, all these countries that I would love to see. I was looking for the video you did where you made a tour of your house. I watched it live, but then failed to rewatch it. Really, one is draped in my bedroom. It's on my page. It's on my IGTV. You have everything there, and you have. You can see also the video I posted yesterday of my previous place. It was similar design. Interior design, and it's the same. The drape you see, the curtain you see, it's because back of that it's my dressing rooms. How to exfoliate? It's very simple. You take some olive oil or argan oil with some fine sugar or fine salt, and you just use that. Me is what I do. I don't have fancy things. I just use this thing. You can add a little bit of clay if you like, and you be very gentle and with the oil. And after I wash also with organic soap. That's it. Yeah, I'm not always smiling, but yeah, it's sure. And you know, I was looking at my face this morning, and I say, wow, it's amazing because these lines are not really. I'm amazed how these are not so much. They could be worse. this one, you see. There are these ones, they are not really nice around the mouth, so it's better when I smile because it's like erasing them. But I still believe, you know, some years ago, a long time ago, I said I don't do anything because until I'm 60. And I turned 65 years ago, I've not done anything. And I discover other things. I discovered a long time ago that I could, in a way, act on my face by inside my being inside, feeling if I was bitter or if I was frowning. So I have less wrinkle now here than when I was 30 because I was frowning a lot. You know, I was like always like, you know, thinking and like that. And now this, it's like, but it's from inside. It's a feeling that it's flat from inside. It's for that when I do my video about yoga and thing, I really put the emphasis on the fact to be present and to feel from inside, to kind of, for example, when I wash my face, I never dry like that. I always dry going up. And I feel, it's like I tell my muscle, you're going to stay up there. You see, it's that. It's not enough. And this is less than some years ago. It's there. You see, this goes down. But I do this exercise like that when I am doing my yoga. I integrate that in my yoga to don't lose time doing this. So I try to work my neck doing the yoga. You can find a lot of, you know, face exercise online, and you apply, you know, you just do. You put this in your routine. For my skin, it's in my skincare. I use any kind of oil. I love argan. I love prickly pear. I love apricot oil I'm using these days, pomegranate, watermelon, berry tea tree, a lot of difference. I love to try different ones. I use wild carrot seeds, red raspberry. These are the one I put on my face when I go my half hour on the sun. Very, very simple, very basic. And I have some friends who are making beautiful products sometimes who give me some, like my friend who is making this beautiful, very great cream with CBD oil. We may do a live video soon to introduce her and her product. And she just started, and it's very, very nice cream. So she gave me one some days ago. So I use it sometimes. But mostly I use oils, you know, like very, very basic oils. And for my hair, it's the same. I don't do anything special. I use castor oil like once a week as a mask, you know, and that's it. I am not really, time is flying so fast that sometimes, oh, I forgot again to do the mask. I wanted to do a mask. So it's what I do. And they grow a little bit here because I lost a little bit, you see, here, but they grow. So I'm not, you know, doing a fixation on all these things. Favorite food to prevent wrinkles. I don't know if there is food that prevents wrinkles, but me, I love fruits and I love healthy fats and butter and olive oil and salmon and sardines and anchovies and coconut butter, like but I do my chocolate myself. So all these things, you know. But all these things you can put on your hair and on your skin as well. You can put, you know, cocoa butter. You can put coconut oil. You can do all these things. Voila. For the body, it's the same. There is nothing different. Or sometimes I do my body butter with mango butter, and I mix some oils with that, and I mix some essential oils as well. And I do my own thing like that. Voila. I wish you a very good evening because it's night. I'm going to do this small sketch with the measurement. Like this, you will see about that dress. And voila, that's it. And you can contact me if you're interested by the shawls. I will answer to you directly and send you all the details. Bye bye.